This is a full body, slow stretching, roughly around 30 minutes. This is a good thing to do for the body, mind, and soul at least once a week. It helps you to slow down your world, and that's why I like it slow. We'll cover the whole body from head to the feet, the ankles, and we'll get everything covered so it gives you more flexibility. It's going to give you more mobility, and it's going to help you from your day-to-day tasks, especially as we get older. It's very important that we stay more fluid. And so that's what the stretching video is for. It's to help you. A lot of people can't do yoga or don't have the time to go outside and do a yoga video or whatever, but you have your body at all times. You can just do some stretching. And so, again, a lot of people just do stretch a certain part of their body. They're not doing the whole body, which is key. So once a week, take the time, a half an hour of your week, to do this sequence of stretches. So if anything I do is difficult for you or you need to modify it, please do. I have scoliosis, so I can't do yoga myself and hold positions. That's why being an athlete and running track and playing tennis for many years, I learned how to do stretching a long time ago. But I realized a lot of people don't know how to do that. And so that's why I wanted to create this video for you. And there's a lot of people who can't do a whole standing, because this is a whole standing video. I will not go down to the ground, so that way it's not hard for anybody to get back up. But for some people that can't even do that, you can use a chair. So you can have a chair and you can do most of the exercises or stretches that I'm going to do from a chair, as long as it doesn't have arms. And if you can't do a movement from the chair, then just do whatever you can, slightly as a twist or something. Just do what you can. Modify if you have to. The last thing I want to say is that I am wearing this specific shirt today. This is my Shine Your Light shirt, because it's to bring awareness to human trafficking. I am a volunteer for an organization called OUR, Operation Underground Railroad. Please look that up, and please understand that this is huge, what is taking place across our planet. So this is my OUR bracelet, and this is my OUR shirt to bring awareness to human trafficking. Okay, to begin with anything that you do, any kind of exercising, I highly recommend, and I want you to do with me now, is to take 3 slow, deep breaths. And why is that important? Because breathing helps oxygenate your muscles. And with that, it helps everything else flow better. So let's just take 3 deep breaths. And I do it this way because it's kind of like beginning the stretching sequence. Okay, so now that we got our blood flowing, we're ready to start. The very first thing, we're going to go from head to feet. So we're going to take our neck and just slowly drop it down. And we're going to start neck circles. So start to the right and slowly feel the stretch as you go to the right, around in a nice circle, and take your time. Again, this is a slow stretch. Start to feel your body. And I do rotations, usually 5 rotations, and then I'll do the other way. So just expand yourself and feel the neck being pulled. And again, if you've got neck problems and you can't do this that well, do as much as you can. Don't go as far as an expansion as you can. Do little rotations at least, if you can. Then next we're going to do side neck. What you do with this is you're going to twist your neck and your upper body as far as you can behind you, and look for a place on the wall, a space on the wall, and hold that. You're going to feel the pull on this side of your neck, the right side. And then we're going to come back and center ourselves. And then we're going to twist to the right side now, all the way as far as you can go. And hold that. Feel the pull in the neck, the side of the neck. And roughly all the holds I do are between 8 to 10 seconds. So you're going to do this again. This is really important for the neck. Go to the left side, twist. And hold it. And you should be able to go further than you did the last time. So the same thing, you go to the right and try to go to a new marker. Go to another spot on the wall a little further over. Feel the pull and then come back. So do that 2 times on each side and stretch. You can do it more if you want. These are just guides on how to go from a full stretch, a full body stretch standing from head to feet. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do, this is also important for the neck, is you're just going to go down with the neck and you're going to get a nice pull on the back of the neck. And as you do that, as your neck comes down, try to put your shoulders back. So you're going to get a double pull here through the pecs, back of the neck. And hold that for roughly 8 to 10 seconds and then come back up, center yourself, and now you're going to go back with the neck. And as you do that, pull your shoulders forward. And hold. And then do the same thing again. Neck down, shoulders back. Just let the neck kind of drop. Just kind of make it weightless. Don't forget to breathe as you're doing these. And we're going to go back and shoulders forward. So again, you can be doing these in a chair if it's too hard for you to stand. So it's very important to keep the neck in alignment, balanced, because it takes a lot of the weight of the head. And as we get older, again, our bones become weaker. So the more stretching you do and keeping the muscles stronger and in alignment, the healthier you're going to be. So the neck, those are the neck stretches. You can also add in face stretches, which a lot of people don't cover. And with that, what you do just quickly is you take in your mouth, like you're closing in your mouth like an O. O. Now the stretch and bring the neck forward. Okay, that's a stretch for the face. And then the other one is to open your eyes as wide as you can and like open your mouth, neck, and then try to keep your neck back. So forward like an O, bring your lips in inside your mouth. And then the next one is a good stretch for the face, is you open your mouth wide, your eyes wide, and then try to tip your neck back, like you're pushing your neck back. So those are face exercises, and those are really good, especially as we age too. So I just threw those in. I know those look pretty crazy to watch somebody do a neck exercise or face exercises, but they're really important. So the next thing is shoulder circles. So we just did the neck. Now we're going to do shoulder circles back. And again, you can do these in a chair. And you just go back 5 times. And again, slowly, really feel the circle that you're stretching, moving them backwards. And now go forwards with them. Take your time, take a breath. Feel the stretch. This is where you can connect the body and the mind. Let the body know, let the mind know what the body's feeling. So that's shoulder circles. So you want to do them both ways. And now we're going to do arm circles, and just one arm at a time. So again, you can do this in a chair. Sometimes you have to scoot over to a little more to the edge. Take your arm and go back. So now we're just stretching back. And again, not too fast. Take your time. Make a big circle as you can. 5 rotations. If you want to do more, you can. And then come forward. And feel the rotator cuff muscles in there. You should get good movement this way. If you can't go the full distance, again, modify and just do smaller circles if you have to. So now we need to do the left arm. So we're going to go back, 5 rotations, and just take your time. Feel the stretch. And then forward. Okay, and after you've done both arms, then what you're going to do is we're going to do pec movement. So this is where you open up the pectoralis muscles here in the chest area, upper chest area, that connect to the shoulders. So here is what you do is you take your arms like this and you just go back 1, back 2, back 3, back 4, and on the 5th one, you open up your arms. So go back all the way 5. Okay? Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can do this one faster if you want and really get a good swing in there. Okay? This one does to help open up the shoulders even more if you go back. Okay? So that one you can speed up once you do a couple slow. Then after we do the pecs and we open up this part of the body, the upper chest, we're going to do a tricep pull. That's the back of the arm here. And all you do is put your arm straight up and bend it like you're going to pat yourself on the back. And you do a stretch this way. And if you can, if you've got more room to go with a stretch, you can take your other hand and you can use it to push the elbow back even more. So this is a good stretch for the tricep. So this is what it looks like. Your hand's back here. You're just pushing it back as far as you can, which then causes a nice big stretch along the back of the arm, the tricep. Okay, and then you hold this for roughly 8 to 10 seconds. And then you're going to switch. So now this arm goes straight up, goes back like you're patting yourself on the back. And you can just stretch like this if that's enough for your arm. And for others, you can use your other hand to actually push it back even more. And again, you're holding it, getting a good stretch. Feel the pull. And then do it again. So repeat that. Okay, so right arm back, roughly 8 seconds. And then switch. I'm doing a little faster just to show you. And then you hold this too. So that again gives a good pull in the arm. So that's your tricep pulls. That's what that one is. Then the next one we do is we're going to do actually wrists and hands. A lot of people don't think about your hands and your wrists. If you do a lot of computer work or piano or typing or even mouse work, things like that, your hands are really important. A lot of people get carpal tunnel and things like that. So we do wrist circles. And so you can do this at the same time. And you just, again, want to do as big a circle as you can. Roughly 5 times rotation. And then once you're done with that, go the other direction. And you can even expand your fingers now. Feel your fingers open up and kind of feel them expand as you're doing this. Okay, and if you are having arm wrist problems, do this a couple of times. Okay, and then the next thing you do is take your hands and you open up your fingers. Okay, stretch your fingers forward as much as you can and pull your thumbs back. So this is really important. You want to get your fingers stretched. Pull your thumbs back. Okay. Another one you can do is take your palms together, spread your hands far apart like this, and push. Push them together. Push your hands as if you're pushing them together with your fingers wide apart. This is another good hand stretch for you. And then lastly is the wrists. Put them up against your waist and push them into your waist. So you get a good pull stretch through here in the wrist. So now we've covered from the neck, through the arms, into the wrists. The last thing we're going to do here is elbows. Again, this is not a stretch most people do, but it's very important in our time and space that we're in and the type of things, jobs that we do and activities. Tennis elbow and things like that. So after the wrist stretch, then you're going to take your elbow and you're going to do an elbow circle. So same thing like the wrist, but with your elbow. Kind of support it with this hand so it doesn't move the arm, and move the elbow. So you do this 5 times. And then the opposite direction. This one you may not feel a big pull in it, but what you're doing is you're helping all the ligaments, the tendons and stuff in that joint, and keeping the veins in alignment. So it does help. The last thing to do is take your elbow forward. So I do right, forward, left, right, forward, left, right, forward, left. Okay? And then switch sides and do the same thing over here. So the left, you go one way, and then go the opposite way. And I'm speeding this up a little bit because you don't have to, you can do this in any, time space you want, but I'm giving you the idea of what all the stretches are. Then with the elbow, you go out, in, to the right. So left, forward, right. Left, forward, right. Okay, so that's the elbow. So we've now completed most of the upper body from the bust line up. And what I want you to do is just kind of shake that off a little bit. And again, you can do most of this from a chair. So don't be afraid to, do this if you feel like you can't stand the whole time or you can't stand at all. And remember to breathe throughout the whole thing and modify if you need to. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do side twists. So now we're getting into the torso. So this you're going to twist and hold it for just a few seconds. Come forward and center again. This is important. Go to the other side and hold it. And come forward. Do it again. Opposite side, to the left or the right, depending on which way you went, and then to the opposite again. So again, feel the stretch. Feel what that feels like through the waistline, through the torso. Feel the body. It's very important to keep that connection, mind and body. And then once you've done that a couple times, you're going to go ahead and twist by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if you want, you can do that and repeat that again. So that is that's the side twisting. Now we're going to do side bends. So go ahead and spread your feet a little further apart. And because of my back and my scoliosis, I'm going to use my hand to support me here as I do this. You're going to take your right hand and go up to the top of your head here. And now you're going to bend. And you're just going to bend that arm over so you can get a good stretch along the side. The right side should be now feeling a nice, good pull. And whatever that feels to you, if it's starting to hurt, then don't go that far. If it's not hurting you at all and you can go further on a bend, then go right ahead. So your knees are locked right now. They're not bent. But if it helps you to bend your knees so you can go further, that's okay too. And then come up and always recenter yourself. Don't go so quickly from one side to the other. And then go ahead and bend to the right. And hold the stretches from 8 to 10 seconds. And then come back up and repeat that again. So everything I do, I suggest you repeat it at least twice. Feel the stretch. Then come up and do the other side. Now take a nice big deep breath. Just feel the body starting to open up. See how that feels. And now we're going to do bending of the waist here. We're going to do front bends. We just did the side bends. Now we're going to do front bends. So now what you're going to do is you're going to kind of lean yourself forward. I'm going to use myself and slide down my legs. Some people just like to dangle forward, which is fine too. And what that's going to do is that is going to do a nice big pull through the back of your legs and your lower back. You can also feel a little pull through the back side of your arms as you drape like this. Some people can touch the floor. Some people, this is too difficult. You can also bend your knees a little bit if you need to go down further, if you want a bigger stretch to the back. But whatever you do, don't push yourself too far to where you're going to hurt yourself. Take it slow. So feel the stretch and then come up slowly. Again, recenter yourself, then go back. So again, I have to support my back, so I'm going to put my arms here on my waist to support myself as I go back. So I'm going to go back here, and again, go back as far as you can. That's comfortable. And you're also going to feel a stretch through let your head drop. You'll feel a stretch through the front of your neck, down through the front of your legs, through your torso, and come back forward again. Center yourself, and now bend forward again, slowly. Go as far as you can. In your second cycle, you should be able to go further than you did the first. And come up slowly. And now go back. And if you want to add another element to this stretch, if you're supporting your back like I am, what you can do is try to touch your elbows. So by trying to touch your elbows now, you're going to get a really good pull through your front of your torso, through your abdomen, through your chest. And again, just hold them for 8 to 10 seconds. So then now we're going to do hip circles. We want to open up the hip line. So what you're going to do is just a big circle. Go to the right. And we're just going to expand ourselves by doing a slow circle. Bend your knees a little bit. And just really open up the hips, which helps open up the waistline as well. And you do that about 5 rotations, and then you're going to go the opposite direction. And again, take your time, go slow. Really open them up. Feel the stretch. Feel the movement. You're going to feel this stretch in a lot of different places as you do this circle. Okay, then I would recommend again, you do it again. Do the opposite side, 5 rotations. Once you do that, then do 5 the opposite. Really open up the hip line, very important as we get older too. Then we're going to do squats. And with this, all you do is, again, your feet are a little more than shoulder length apart, and you're just going to bend at the knee. Keep the back straight. Bend at the knee and come up. Bend at the knee again. Hold. Come up. Again, 5 times. You're going to really feel a stretch through here, through your quads, through your knees, through your back. So this is the squat and knee stretch, okay? So again, you're holding. Come up, and you can go down as far as you can go, whatever's most really is comfortable as you can go, okay? And you can hold. Okay, so again, 5 times with that. And then we're going to do a toe pull with the calf. So basically, you're going to take your foot forward. Okay, you're going to bring your toes up, and you're going to reach down and pull them. Okay, with this one, you're going to feel a big pull through the back of the leg. So you're going to take your toes and pull them back. The more you can pull them, the more of a stretch. You're also going to feel that in the opposite leg, if you can see my positioning here. This leg is bent, this one's not. I'm pulling on this toe. I'm going to feel a stretching through that opposite hip line too. Okay, and then we'll switch sides. So positioning ourselves, my foot's a little pivoted here. This one's forward. Bring the toes up, reach for them. Feel the stretch. Okay, come up slowly with everything that you do. Come slowly, move slowly. Recenter yourself and do now again the same thing, same stretch. Repeat it. Then we're going to do lunges. You're going to come really far apart as far as you can go. That's comfortable. And you're going to now bend one knee so you can stretch the inside of the whole leg line, as well as, again, this part of your leg. So you're going to stretch, and you can do this to balance yourself if you want, so you don't tip. Really feel the stretch through the legs. And come back up, center yourself. Then go over to the other side. Really feel the stretch in the inside of the leg. Remember to breathe. Come back up and center. And then repeat the same thing. This side and hold. 8 to 10 seconds, then over here, opposite side, 8 to 10 seconds, and hold. Okay, after you've done that, what we're going to do is, I highly recommend you have a chair to do the quad stretch. Okay, with this one, you need a support system on this one. Most people do. You can use a wall or a chair, and what you want to do is you want to grab the opposite side of the chair leg. So we're going to grab the left leg and we're going to hold this. We're just going to pull it back. So as you can see, that's all I'm doing, but I've got support of the chair so I don't tip and fall. And what we're doing is we're doing a really good stretch through the quads, through the front of the leg. So we hold this. 8 to 10 seconds. Remember to breathe. And then go ahead and just let that come out and flex it a couple of times. Okay, and then I'm going to just flip sides with my chair. You could just turn around if you want to. And then we're going to do the opposite. So I'm holding on with the left hand to the chair, and I'm pulling up the right leg. So this is a quad stretch. All the quads within the front of the leg, as well as through the knee. Feel the stretch. And then go ahead and shake it out a couple of times. And then repeat. So if I were just to rotate around, this is what you can do at home. Just grab the leg and hold. And then go back and do the opposite side. Okay, so now we're getting down to where the ankles are. I'm gonna move this out of the way. Okay, now we're gonna do one more hip movement, and this is what I call the figure 8, hip and waist movement. So we're gonna start from the right and create a figure 8. So we're gonna go wide out, and then we're gonna rotate over to the other side like an 8. We're creating an 8. Okay, your feet are about a little more than shoulder width apart. If you want, you can support yourself in your hips. This is not something you can probably do in a chair. So you can just do anything that you want to do, or just take a pause and do some deep breaths. But we're doing a wiggle here. So I use this a lot with my clients to kind of keep their lower back and hip line mobile. So you can speed this up a little bit after you've done it slowly, the first few rotations. And then what I want you to do is stop, because we started on the right side. We're now going to go to the left. And it makes a difference because you're going to now do different muscles. Some are pulling and some are pushing. So now we started from the left and we're working our way around. So this is figure 8s for the hips and the waist. So this is another important one to keep your mobility up. We're almost finished with these stretches now. Lastly, we're going to do, again for the hip, is just take your leg forward if you can, and we're going to do circles. Okay, so leg forward and circles. Leg forward and circles. And you can go as high or as wide as you can go. And you're just going to repeat this a few times. Helps with the hip joint. Okay. Okay. And now we're going to do ankle circles. So I prefer to do ankle circles just by putting my toes down and bending them. Excuse me. And then I do a rotation. So my toes come out and then they go down. So I'm actually stretching out my toes, the front of my feet, as well as my ankles. So I do this, and then I go the opposite direction. I'll show you this, how you can do this in the chair as well, because ankle circles are very important for anybody, honestly. Just walking around, a lot of people get hurt just by misstepping, going into a little dip, or coming off a step wrong. So keeping your ankles mobile is very important. So this is what I do. I just do circles to the outside, around with my toes bent, and then they come back out. Bent, and then they come back out, and it gets a good stretch through the whole foot. And then I rotate the other way. So I go both ways with the feet, forward and back, left or right. Okay, and just really stretch them out. So let me show you what that looks like in a chair. So if you're someone who walks or runs, or again, just anybody, this is really important for your ankles, is take your one leg and bend it up, if you can. And you're going to take your hand, your opposite hand, so right leg, left hand, and hold this one so it's holding it steady. Take it and force the circle. Really expand that ankle using your arm and your hand, okay? So this will help you from getting shin splints, which are very painful and hard to get rid of through the tendons in the leg, and then rotate the opposite direction. And really expand this, really go slowly in that rotation and help your ankles. There's a lot of metatarsals, a lot of bones within the feet and the ankles, so it's very important. The same thing with the wrists. That's why I do wrist circles a lot in my profession. I use my hands all the time. It's very important to keep all the metacarpals, torsos. So the torsos are in the feet, carpals are in the wrists, and so these are very important to do, okay? So again, left leg, right hand, support it, hold it and still, and do the rotation. Nice and wide and big. Really feel that rotation in the ankle, and then go the opposite direction. Feel those both. So that's how you can get even more of a stretch while you're sitting in a chair for your ankles. So again, this is very important for everybody because we all walk. Most of us are walking around, and just a misstep can throw us out of balance or even cause us a big injury. Okay, so now we've done from head to the ankles to the bottom of the feet there. So the full body we've just done in roughly around a half an hour. The last thing, there's two things I want you to do now. Is one is I call shaking. So we did the shaking at the top half. Now I just want you to shake your whole body. I just want you to let it loose and just feel it and just shake it. Just let it all go. You can jump a little, twist if you can. You just want to activate your body and feel it. So do some shaking, okay? And just wiggle everything around a little bit and just activate it and let it feel loose and fluid. It's really important. So the last thing, just like we started with this video, is let's take 3 slow, deep breaths. And however you do that, what's most comfortable, if it's through your nose, your mouth, whatever. Just take in 3 slow, deep breaths as we finish this out. And now you should feel just more fluid, lighter, more mobile. It'll actually increase your energy, your blood flow. Your muscles will be a lot happier, and so will you. So do definitely try to incorporate stretching, a full body stretch. I recommend at least a half an hour once a week to help your body, your mind, and your soul all connect in the quietness and stillness and all the craziness that we are in life. It's really important. Thank you, and enjoy your day.